Hello, my name is Grace, and for the devotional, I wanted to do Psalm 145, Great is the Lord. But it's kind of long, so y'all should pause it and read it on your own. So pause. Wow, good job for reading. So I'm sure a lot just stood out to you, but what stood out to me was right off the bat in verse 3. Great is the Lord and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. And that's partly the reason why I picked this psalm, is because I think I'm really quick to say God is great or mac and cheese is great, but it's not, it's kind of, I'm saying it not meaning it. And so I want to be against, I don't want to do that. And so I wanted to really think about how great God is. And so I love how this whole thing kind of talks about how God is so great. And how he deserves all of our praise, and he deserves a great amount of praise. And then it says his greatness is unsearchable, which is another cool thing to think about, how I think God is so great, but also I can only begin to comprehend the amount. And then there's just this whole other part of greatness that I'm going to keep discovering and realizing all throughout my life. So that is just something that I've been trying to think about and truly mean when I say great is the Lord. So that's a challenge I kind of wanted to give y'all. So that's one thing that stood out to me. Another thing that stood out to me was in verse 15. It says, the eyes of all look to you, and you give them their food in due season. You open your hand, and you satisfy the desire of every living thing. So the main thing that stood out to me, yes, it's great that he satisfies our desire, but that isn't even what's encouraging to me, that he gives me my desires, which is awesome. Why would he even do that? He gives me salvation. Why would he continue to give me my desires? That's just added on grace in my life. But what was really encouraging to me was, and you give them their food in due season, which kind of is a bummer, because you might be like, oh, I want this now, and I know that I need this right now. But it's saying that, no, God knows, and he won't give it to you now, and he'll give it to you whenever it's due season. So that was hugely comforting to me, because he is such a loving God that he doesn't give me what I want when I want it. He gives it to me when I need it. And the only way for him to know when I need it is for him to know me. And he knows me so well, and he has such a good understanding of me and my heart, that he knows me better than even I know myself. Because I could think that I need something then, but really God will give it to me in due season. And so that is just an incredible amount of love, that he understands me better than I could even understand myself. So that was really encouraging to me. Another really encouraging thing was when it says in verse 18, the Lord is near to all who call on him. So that was just because this whole thing is talking about how great God is. It's saying that he has glorious splendor of your majesty and wondrous works and might of your awesome deeds. All of this is just using crazy powerful adjectives before something that he does, which is unfathomable. And that really, to me, sometimes intimidates me, because that makes him think that he's way up here and he's too great, and I don't deserve to talk to him, and he doesn't want to hear my tiny human requests. But it says the Lord is near to all who call on him, that God, this huge big God, wants to come and sit right down next to me and hear my desires and hear my praises and hear what I'm going through, and just talk to him. And I think that's just really cool to just hear about how great God is, and sit and think about how I can't even begin to comprehend how amazing he is, and that he deserves to, he is out of my league. I don't deserve to hang out with him, but he wants to hang out with me, and he wants to sit right down next to me and comfort me and preserve all who loves him. He wants to just be with me, and he's delighted in my praise for him, which crazy that my thanks to him even means anything to him. But I think that's just really encouraging to think of how amazing God is, and I challenge y'all to think about the greatness of God, and then also realize that that amount of greatness is matched with his he's personal with us, and he knows us really well. So yeah, I was just really encouraged by it, and I hope that y'all were too. So